Alright, what is up guys, it's Storm back here with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be doing another episode of the StormVideos podcast. And in this episode, I'm going to be covering a Sword Art Online story I found on Wattpad. So, let's just jump right into this. Currently, a 14-year-old boy named Nhzual is currently walking home from his weekly martial arts practice, and is on his phone, and as he's walking, he hears someone screaming, "Nhzual, huh?" Nhzual then looked across from him and saw a drunken man trying to force himself onto a woman. "Woman, please, someone help!" "Nhzual, hey!" Nhzual then ran over to the man and pulled him off her, and the man tripped and fell down and hit his head, and Nhzual got in front of the woman. "Nhzual, what the hell do you think you're doing?" The man then got up and was bleeding from his head, and he looked at Nhzual, completely annoyed. "You damn brat, I'll sue." "Woman, if you keep this up, then I'll report you. Is that fine with you?" "It's my word against yours. All I have to do is say the word, and you'll be out of a job." The woman then looked at the man, completely shocked. "Woman, no." The man then looked at the boy and smirked, and back at the woman. "Hey, make this statement to the cops. This kid suddenly attacked me. Got it?" Nhzual then looked at the man, shocked. "Nhzual, what? That's a complete lie. You were forcing yourself onto her." The man ignored Nhzual and kept looking at the woman. "If you even try to say anything else, you can kiss your job goodbye." "Woman, but I need this job. I've worked so hard to get here." "Nhzual, this is bullshit. You fell on your own." The man then looked at Nhzual. "Shut up, boy. You're done for. You've got to learn what happens when you cross me." Suddenly, two policemen walked up to the three of them. Policeman: "Excuse me, folks. We received a complaint about an argument here. Is something the matter?" The man then looked back at the policeman, and he looked surprised. Policeman: "Oh, hello, Mr. Nobuyuki." The man, known as Nobuyuki, looked at the woman. "Nobuyuki, so what happened? Explain it to the good officer." The woman then looked down, saddened, and then spoke up. "Woman, that young man suddenly attacked him. He shoved Mr. Nobuyuki to the ground, and he got injured." Nhzual then looked at the woman, completely shocked. "Nhzual, what? You can't be serious." Nobuyuki: "It's as she says. Oh, and I would prefer if my name wasn't mentioned." Policeman: "Of course, sir." The two policemen then walked up to Nhzual. Policeman: "Come on, kid, you're coming with us." The two policemen then grabbed Nhzual and started to pull him to their car. Nhzual: "I didn't do anything. He's lying. He was trying to rape her. Tell them." Nhzual then looked towards the woman, and she just looked away, and he looked at her shocked. And the policeman then handcuffed Nhzual and put him into the back of the car, and Nhzual looked out the window and saw Nobuyuki smirking, and the woman looked at Nhzual with a sad face. "Woman, I'm sorry." Time skip, 2 months later. After being falsely arrested for an assault charge by the man named Nobuyuki, Nhzual's life was completely ruined. After the charge was given to Nhzual, his parents disowned him and wanted nothing to do with him and decided to send him away to live on his own. Not only that, but Nhzual was expelled from his previous school from the charge. And not only that, Nhzual's friends all turned their backs on him and didn't believe him. So in turn, Nhzual was forced to go to a different school. And at this school, somehow his record was leaked to the students of the school. And in turn, they all looked down on him and treated him like dirt, while some even went so far as to physically abuse him. And currently, it's the end of the school day, and Nhzual is currently walking through the courtyard of the school with people talking behind his back. And as he rounded the corner, he's walking down the street. He's stopped by 3 boys. "Nhzual, can you please move?" Boy number 1. "So, where do you think you're going?" "Nhzual, home." One of the boys then pushed Nhzual into an alleyway, and the 3 of them all circled around him. Boy number 2. "I don't think so." Boy number 3. "It's time for your daily beating. Since you like assaulting other people, you shouldn't mind." The 3 boys then started to beat Nhzual into a bloody pulp, ripping his shirt, giving him a black eye, and leaving bruises all over his body. But given Nhzual's talent in martial arts, he could easily fend off his attackers, but chooses not to, in fear of being hated even more than he already is. So he chooses to take it, and once they finish with him, his face is covered in blood and bruises, with his hoodie and shirt ripped, and as they all stand over him, someone yelling could be heard. "Hey, what are you doing to him?" Boy number 1. "Oh shit, run!" The 3 boys then ran, and the person who saw them ran over to him and saw how hurt he was. "Oh my god, hey, can you hear me?" Nhzual then weakly opened his good eye and saw a girl with short brown hair and blue eyes. "Hey, can you hear me?" Nhzual didn't say anything and just passed out from the pain. Time skip. Nhzual started to slowly open his eyes to a bright light, and he's in a hospital room. Nhzual, where am I? "You're at the hospital." Nhzual, huh? Nhzual then looked over and saw a doctor standing at the door. "Doctor, you took quite a beating. 2 broken ribs, and your right arm took a good amount of the abuse, and it was heavily bleeding." Nhzual then looked over at his right arm and saw the bloody bandages on it. Nhzual, "Oh, doctor, but now I have another question for you. What happened to you? It's not every day we're brought a 14-year-old boy who's nearly beaten to death." Nhzual then remembers the 3 bullies beating him up, but he tried to act dumb. Nhzual, I don't remember." The doctor looks at Nhzual with doubt, and then speaks up. "Doctor, I guess the school will have to look back at the security footage to see what really happened." Nhzual, "I guess so." The doctor walked towards the door and is about to leave and tells Nhzual a few more things. "Doctor, the school has paid for your medical bills, so you are free to leave when you are ready. Just make sure to take it easy." Nhzual, "Okay." Doctor, "Oh, I almost forgot. You have a visitor." Nhzual looked at the doctor, even more confused. Nhzual, "A visitor?" He moves out of the way, and in walks the girl from before. "Hey, I'm glad to see you're okay." Nhzual, "You're the girl from before." "Yeah?" Nhzual, Why Why what?" Nhzual, "Why did you help me? If there were any other person at that school, they would have left me. So why help me?" Nhzual started to look down at the bandages. Nhzual, "You have to know about it, about my past, about my record. So why not look down at me like the rest? Because I don't believe someone with an assault charge would take so much abuse and not fight back." Nhzual looked at her, shocked from her saying that. Nhzual, "What?" "I don't believe what others say about you. I don't see a bad person, but someone who's misunderstood and who needs a friend." Nhzual sees the girl look down at her phone and stand up. "It's getting late and I have to get home. I'll see you in school tomorrow." Nhzual watched her walk out and he just sat there not knowing what to think. Nhzual. Time skip to the next day. After being discharged from the hospital, Nhzual was told he could stay home and rest, but decided to come anyway, and as he's walking, he can see everyone just looking at him, and could tell they're talking about what happened yesterday. But he just ignores them and kept walking, but as he's walking, he hears someone calling him. "Hey, wait up!" Nhzual, "Huh?" He then looks back and sees the girl from yesterday running towards him. Nhzual, "You." She makes her way towards him and stops in front of him. "Hey yo!" Nhzual, "You're the girl from yesterday." "Yeah, I never told you my name, did I?" Nhzual shook his head. Nhzual, "No you didn't." The girl laughs awkwardly, rubbing the back of her head. "Sorry about that. Well, my name is Kotane Takamiya." Nhzual, Kotane. "Yep." Nhzual looked at her, smiling at him, and then looked around to see people looking at them and whispering to themselves, and he started to walk away from her while pulling up his hood. Nhzual, "You should just stay away from me for your own good." Kotane, "My own good? Are you talking about the rumors? But I told you I don't believe them." Nhzual, "Whether you believe them or not doesn't matter to others. They'll look down on you just the same." Nhzual just walks away from Kotane and made his way to class. Time skip to lunch. Currently, Nhzual is at his usual spot on the roof. He goes during lunch to avoid people, and after a few minutes, he hears a voice behind him. and looked back to see Kotane behind him. Kotane, hey yo! Nhzual didn't say anything and looked away from her, and looks back at the distance. Kotane, mind if I sit here? Nhzual, do what you want. Kotane then sat next to him and looks at the distance with him, and after a few minutes speaks up. Kotane, do you come here every day? Nhzual doesn't respond. Kotane, it's really beautiful up here. I never come up here and I never knew the view up here was so amazing. Nhzual still doesn't respond. Kotane stops talking for a few minutes and then speaks up again. Kotane, you know, I really did mean what I said back at that hospital. Nhzual, huh? Nhzual looked over at Kotane as she's still looking in the distance. Kotane, I don't believe you are a bad person. And yes, I know you were arrested for an assault charge. It's not hard to hear about it when it's the only thing people talk about. Nhzual. Kotane, but everyone only sees that you were arrested and that's it. They don't ask why you were arrested, why you did what you did. They automatically see you as a bad person and that's not fair. Nhzual, do you really want to know what happened? She looks at Nhzual and nods, and Nhzual tells her everything. And after he did, she looks at him with a shocked face while he looks down. Kotane is just speechless. Nhzual, now that you know the truth, what really happened, will you turn your back on? Before he could finish his sentence, Kotane hugs Nhzual, which catches him off guard. Kotane, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. Nhzual just sat there confused, not knowing what to think, not knowing what to feel. He couldn't even think of the words to say. Nhzual. Kotane then says something that makes Nhzual break down completely. Kotane, I won't ever turn my back on you. I won't ever abandon you. I won't let you be alone anymore. So it's okay, you can let it out. Hearing her say that finally makes the tears Nhzual's been holding back flow out of his eyes, and he hugs her tightly, crying his eyes out. Nhzual, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And after finally letting out his pent-up emotions, sadness, pain, and abandonment by those who he thought cared about him, Nhzual continued to cry his eyes out on the shoulder of his new friend, his first true friend. Time skip, 2 months later. After what happened on the rooftop that day, Nhzual and Kotane became best friends. The two of them would walk to school together, eat lunch together, and hang out after school together. Unsurprisingly, other students would give them both looks, and Nhzual started to feel bad that she had to deal with this as well, but she was true to her word. No matter what anyone said about him, she always would stay by his side. And currently, the both of them were on a school trip to the beach, and Kotane had asked Nhzual if they could walk on the beach together, to which he agreed to. And after she had gotten dressed in her swimsuit, she was getting ready to meet Nhzual, until she met with her friends from her class. Girl number 1. Hey Kotane, do you want to go to the hot tub with us? Kotane, no thanks, I'm going to meet up with Nhzual. The two of them started to look very annoyed. Girl number 1, why do you always hang out with him? Girl number 2, yeah, she's right, he's nothing but a criminal. You've heard the rumors. Kotane started getting annoyed from them calling Nhzual a criminal. Kotane, yeah, they're nothing but rumors, so I'd appreciate it if you stopped talking about my friend like that. Girl number 1, you know we're right. He may act all innocent, but it's all an act to get your sympathy from him. Kotane thought back to the day she and Nhzual became friends, and how much he cried that day, and something in her head snapped, and she walked up to her and smacked her in the face, and she didn't like that, and she punched Kotane in the face, and the two of them started a fight. And as they were fighting, the third girl ran past them and towards the lobby, and she found Nhzual sitting in a chair waiting for Kotane, and she ran up to him. Girl number 3, you're Nhzual, right? Nhzual, yeah, can I help you with something? Girl number 3, it's Kotane. Nhzual, what about her? Did something happen? Girl number 3, she's in a fight right now. Nhzual then looked at the girl, completely shocked. Nhzual, what? Where is she? The girl points to the hallway, and Nhzual started to run over there. And when he got there, he saw that there's a whole crowd and Kotane on top of a girl, and both of them them are bruised, and he heard Kotane saying something to her. Kotane, you don't know what he's been through, all the pain he's had to endure. Nhzual pushes past the crowd and grabs her and pulled her off of the girl. And the girl gets up and starts to walk over, but two boys hold her back. Nhzual, Kotane, cut it out, calm down. Kotane doesn't seem to hear and keeps yelling at the girl. Kotane, all you do is believe everything you hear. You don't bother trying to get to know him, and if you did, you would know he's the kindest, sweetest, caring person you could ever meet, so don't call him a criminal when you don't even know him. Nhzual didn't know what to say. No one had ever stood up for him before like that, but he started to feel even more bad that she wouldn't have to go through this if she wasn't his friend. After pulling Kotane away from the girl, he sat her on a bench and walked off and came back with some bandages, and he wipes her face. And they both sat there silently, saying nothing. After she put the bandage on her face, she spoke up. Kotane, can we still take a walk on the beach? Nhzual, of course. Nhzual and Kotane made their way to the beach, and they both didn't say anything and walked along the shoreline. And as Nhzual was walking, he noticed Kotane walking on his footprints that he left behind, and he couldn't help but to smile at her childish nature. Then he looked at the bandage in her face and couldn't help but feel guilty. Nhzual, I'm sorry. Kotane, huh? Nhzual stopped and faced Kotane, and she looks at him confused. Nhzual, it's my fault you got into that fight. People are starting to look down on you because of you being friends with me. Kotane, Nhzual, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for coming into your life. I'm sorry because of me you got hurt. I'm sorry. Kotane couldn't find the words to say. Nhzual, maybe it would be for the best if we stopped being friends. Kotane was still silent. Nhzual, and maybe you could find someone better than. Before Nhzual can finish his sentence, Kotane kisses him, and after a few seconds, he melted into the kiss and wrapped his arms and kissed her back. And they both stay like this for 30 seconds before parting for air. And Kotane then looked at Nhzual, blushing and smiling. Kotane, I love you, Nhzual, and I don't care what people say about us or how they feel about it. I love you more than anything, and I'll always be by your side. Nhzual looked at Kotane with tears in his eyes and started to smile at her. Nhzual, I love you too, Kotane. After everything that happened to me, I always thought that I'd be alone. But then you came along and saved me from that dark, from my loneliness, and you make me so happy. I love you so much. Kotane smiles at Nhzual and lays her head in his chest, and he held her tightly. Kotane, I'll always love you, Nhzual, and I'll always love you too, Kotane. Nhzual looks back at the hotel and spoke up. Nhzual, it's getting late. Let's head back. Kotane. Right. Nhzual and Kotane walk back to the hotel, holding hands along the way. Time skip at the end of summer vacation. Nhzual is currently setting up Kotane's nerve gear in his room in his apartment, and as the two of them are getting ready for Sword Art Online closed beta. Kotane, I can't believe that we actually managed to get invited to the closed beta for SAO. Nhzual, I won't lie, I was surprised. Over 100,000 applied for it, and only 1,000 were accepted. Kotane, well, luckily we're a part of that 1,000. I'm so excited. We get to be the first to ever test out the first ever VR MMORPG. Nhzual, I'm excited too. I've been waiting this for a while now. Kotane, then hurry up, it's almost time. Nhzual, alright. Nhzual then finished setting up Kotane's nerve gear, and he grabbed his and sat on his bed next to her. The two of them laid down next to each other. Nhzual, ready? Kotane, of course. Nhzual, then let's do this. Nhzual and Kotane then closed their eyes and said the command to activate their nerve gear. Nhzual and Kotane, link start! Chapter 1, Death Game. No one's POV. Currently, Nhzual and Kotane are sitting on his bed, with Kotane looking at the launch stream for Sword Art Online on Nhzual's laptop, and Nhzual was sitting next to her reading a magazine about the launch of SAO. Kotane, wow, I can't believe it sold out so quickly. It wasn't even a day, but there's none left. Nhzual, yeah, people are really excited about this. The first ever VR MMORPG. Kotane, It's a good thing we were even given copies for playing the beta. If not, we'd have a really hard time finding copies. Nhzual didn't say anything, and looked at a picture of the creator of the nerf gear in Sword Art Online, Akihiko Kayaba. Nhzual, Kotane then looked at her phone and saw it was almost time for the launch. Kotane, Nhzual, it's almost time. Nhzual, right. Nhzual and Kotane put on their nerf gear and laid down on his bed. Nhzual, you ready? Kotane, you bet. Nhzual, then let's do this. Nhzual and Kotane then closed their eyes, and the lights of the nerf gear started to flash green. Nhzual and Kotane. Link start! Both Nhzual and Kotane both logged in their account from the beta, and they were met with a welcome screen saying welcome to Sword Art Online. And Nhzual started to blink his eyes and look down and saw that he was his avatar from the beta. Heyo! Nhzual then looked back and saw a player named Ophelia walking up to him, and it turned out it was Kotane. Nhzual, hey, Ophelia, so how does it feel to be back? Nhzual, it feels amazing. In this world, I don't have to worry about being looked down on or judged. I can just have fun and enjoy the game. Ophelia then walked up to Nhzual and hugged him from behind. Ophelia, I'm happy for you. Nhzual, thanks. Ophelia, so what do you think we should do first? Nhzual, best to probably get some starter equipment and to grind up some levels. Ophelia, alright, do you think that the monster spawns are the same from the beta? Nhzual, well, only one way to find out. Come on. Nhzual then walked off and left Ophelia, and she started to pout at him. Ophelia, hey, wait for me. Nhzual and Ophelia both headed towards the market of the first floor, and got some standard equipment. Nhzual got a single-handed short sword, and Ophelia a dagger, and the two of them headed out to the fields outside the town, and the two of them farmed and grinded the monsters for about 3 hours. And after they had finished, they were taking a break. The two of them were sitting on the grass. Ophelia, wow, this is just like how it was in the beta, but even better. But no matter how many times I think about it, this world ceases to amaze me. It's so beautiful here. It's so hard to imagine that this is a game. Nhzual, yeah, during the beta, whether I was asleep or awake, SAO was all I could think about. A world where I could escape reality and just forget about being looked down upon. People calling me a criminal, I can just be me, just enjoy myself. It might just be a virtual world, but for some reason, I feel more alive than I ever did in real life. Ophelia, that much is an understatement. You would play this game almost night and day for weeks when the beta first started. You even made a couple friends during the beta. Argo and Kirito, right? Nhzual, yeah. Argo helped us a lot from the information she sold us, and Kirito is someone I would team up to take on bosses when you weren't around. Ophelia, have you seen either of them here yet? Nhzual, not yet, but I would assume we'd see them sooner or later. Ophelia, I guess you're right, but I'm getting pretty hungry. We should log out and have some of your amazing cooking. Nhzual just looked at Ophelia and just rolled her eyes. Nhzual, and who said I felt like cooking? Ophelia, oh, come on, please. Nhzual just sighed and kissed Ophelia on the cheek. Nhzual, fine, but you're coming with to get the ingredients. Ophelia, alright. Ophelia then pulled down her menu to log out, but the log out button wasn't there and she looked confused. Ophelia, huh? Nhzual, what's wrong? Ophelia, the log out button, it isn't there. Nhzual then looked at Ophelia, confused. Nhzual, what, are you sure? Ophelia, see for yourself. Nhzual then pulled down his menu and saw the logout button was indeed not there. Nhzual, what the hell? What's going on? Ophelia, do you think it's a day one bug? Nhzual, it can't be. That was the whole point of the beta, was to iron out the bugs. Plus the whole time during the beta, that didn't happen. Ophelia, but who else could it be? Suddenly the sound of a bell ringing rung could be heard. Ophelia, huh? Nhzual, a bell? Suddenly both Nhzual and Ophelia were teleported into the beginning area, and other players could be seen being teleported as well. Nhzual, force teleportation? Velia. What's going on? The bell then stopped ringing, and the word system announcement and warning appeared in the sky, and it started to turn red, spread across the whole sky. Nhzual. What? Suddenly blood then started to come through the sides of the announcement, and it started to form into a red hooded figure. Attention players, welcome to my world. Nhzual. Your world? My name is Akihiko Kayaba. I'm currently the one and only person who can control this world. Everyone there then looked at the hooded figure known as Kayaba, shocked. Kayaba. I'm sure you've already noticed that the logout button on the main menu has been removed. However, this is by no means a mistake. I repeat, it is not a mistake, but a feature of the true Sword Art Online. Velia. A feature? Kayaba. You are unable to log out of SAO, and nobody in the real world can remove the nerve gear or interrupt its operation. Should it be attempted, a powerful burst of microwave radiation emitted from a transmitter in the nerve gear will destroy your brain, thus ending your life. Everyone looked at Kayaba shocked, and some thought he was bluffing and didn't pay him any mind. And Velia looked over at Nhzual. Velia. He isn't serious, is he? Nhzual. The signals emitted by the nerve gear's transmitter are really the same as microwaves. If the safety was disabled, frying a brain wouldn't be impossible. Velia. Then, Kayaba. Unfortunately, it's certainly possible that a player's family or friends would ignore this warning and attempt to forcibly remove the nerve gear. As proof, 213 players have retired from both this world and the real one. Nhzual. 213 people? Velia. No way. Suddenly multiple real-time news articles and news stations start to appear around Kayaba. Kayaba. As you can see, news of my warning and the numerous victims are being spread worldwide. Thus, it should be safe to say that the danger of removal attempts has been minimal. I hope you will all be at ease and focus on completing the game, but I'd like you all to keep this in mind. From this point on, all methods of revival in the game will no longer function. If your HP hits 0, your avatar will perish for an eternity, and at that moment, the nerve gear will destroy your brain. When Kayaba said that, Nhzual's eyes widened, and he looked over at Velia and saw she was shaking in fear, and he just clenched his fist tightly. Kayaba, there's only one condition you must meet to be free: the completion of this game. You are all currently on the first floor, the lowest 0.9 grad. If you conquer a floor's dungeon and defeat the floor boss, you may continue up to the next one. Assuming you manage to defeat the final boss on the 100th floor, the game will be considered cleared. Velia. All 100 floors? We couldn't make it anywhere near that. Kayaba. And lastly, I prepared a gift for all of you in your item storage. Take a look. Nhzual. What? Nhzual then opened his storage and saw that he has an item in his menu and saw it was a mirror. Nhzual. A mirror? Suddenly everyone started to glow, and after the light died down, everyone was no longer their avatars, but the real-life appearance. Nhzual. What the? Velia. Nhzual! Nhzual looked over and saw Velia was in her real-life appearance as well. Velia. I don't get it. How are we like this? Nhzual then thought for a second, and then remembered. Nhzual. The scan. The scan we had to do when we first booted up our nerve gear. Kayaba. Right now you're probably all wondering, why? Why would I, Akihiko Kayaba, the creator of Sword Art Online and Nerve Gear, do such a thing? I have already achieved my goal. I created the world of SAO solely for my personal enjoyment. Nhzual. Kayaba. And now the preparations are complete. This concludes the tutorial for the official launch of Sword Art Online. Players, I wish you the best of luck. Kayaba's avatar then disappeared, and everyone looked completely and utterly shocked, confused and horrified, and everyone then started to panic. And Nhzual had looked back and saw that the invisible barrier keeping them from leaving had disappeared. And Nhzual had grabbed Velia's hand and made his way out. Velia. Nhzual. Hang on and don't let go. Nhzual and Philia then made their way out, and Nhzual stopped near the exit of the town. Nhzual, Philia, we need to head to the next town as soon as possible. If everything he said was true, if we want to survive in this world, we need to get stronger. Money, EXP, and etc. are going to be limited. Mobs here are going to be wiped out soon, so we need to head out to the next town as soon as possible. Nhzual then looked back and saw Philia was still shaking, completely terrified, and Nhzual walked up to her and held her tightly, and she buried her face into his chest. Philia, I'm scared, I'm so scared. Nhzual, I know. Nhzual then made Philia look at him. Nhzual, I know you're scared, but we're going to survive. Together, we stick together, no matter what, okay? Philia looked at Nhzual and nodded. Philia, okay. Nhzual then leaned down and shared a passionate kiss with Philia, and she melted into the kiss, and after a minute they broke it. Philia, I love you, Nhzual. Nhzual, I love you too. Kotane. Nhzual and Philia then heard a loud crowd of people, and Nhzual looked at Philia. Nhzual, let's go. Philia, right. Both Philia and Nhzual then started to run down the path leading to the next town together, and as they were running, they saw another player on a different path, going in the same direction as them, and they saw him take out a wolf with a sword. Nhzual looked back to the path. Nhzual's thoughts were, we're going to survive until the end in this world. I won't let her die. I won't. Chapter 2, Beater. It's been over 1 month since the death game Sword Art Online has started, and during that time, over 2,000 people had died. But even after so many deaths, not a single person had cleared the first floor. But today, a boss fight conference for that first floor is being held, and both Nhzual and Philia had made their way to the location, and both of them sitting up top away from a lot of people, and the blue-haired standing on the stage started to clap and to get their attention. Listen up, I'll be starting the conference now. Thank you, everyone, for responding to my invitation. My name is Diabel, and my class is informally Knight. People then started to laugh at Diabel, and Nhzual just rolled his eyes, but Diabel then looked at everyone with a serious face. Diabel. Today, on the highest level of this floor, my party discovered the boss room. Everyone then looked at him, completely shocked. Diabel. By completing the floor boss and reaching the second floor, we'll be able to show everyone in the starting town that this death game can be cleared. It's our responsibility to do so. Don't you agree, everyone? Everyone then looked around and nodded and started to clap at Diabel, and he spoke up again. Diabel. Okay, now I'd like to begin our battle strategy. For starters, we're going to split up into parties of 6. When Diabel said that, Nhzual looked at him, completely annoyed. And he looked around and saw everyone forming parties with each other. Philia. Come on, let's go join one. Nhzual. I'd rather not. Philia. Nhzual. Nhzual didn't respond. Philia. I know you don't like being around other people, but we can't just do this with us two. We need to form a party. Nhzual. I know, but Philia then kissed Nhzual on the cheek. Philia. It's going to be okay. I'm going to be with you. Nhzual then just looked at Philia and sighed. Nhzual. Alright. Philia. Good, and look, there's 2 players over there. Let's see if they want to form a party. Nhzual then looked over and saw a hooded figure and some black-haired boy, and he saw that the boy had the same sword as him, the annual blade. Nhzual. He has an annual blade too? Philia. See, he managed to clear that really annoying quest too, so he must be pretty good, so come on. Philia then grabbed Nhzual's arm and started to pull him to the other 2 players. Nhzual. Hey, stop pulling. Philia. Heyo, do you 2 need any more members? The boy looked back at the 2 of them. You 2 want to join as well? Philia. Yep. Nhzual. Yeah. Sure. Having at least 4 people in a party will be better than just having 2. The boy pulled down his menu and sent both Nhzual and Philia a party invitation, and they both accepted it. Nhzual saw the 2 players' names. Nhzual saw Asuna, and Nhzual then saw the other player's name and was completely shocked. And he looked up and saw the other player was looking at him, shocked as well. Nhzual. Kirito? Kirito. Nhzual? Philia. Wait, Kirito? Isn't that the player you said you would actually party with during the beta? Nhzual. Yeah, but I never thought I'd run into him here. Kirito. I could say the same to you. Ophelia. See, it all worked out in the end. We managed to party with someone who you'd get along with. Nhzual. Yeah, I guess. Diablo. Alright, are you guys done partying? Now. Hold it! Suddenly, an orange-haired man with spiked hair jumped down onto the stage. The name's Kibao. There's something that I need to get off my chest. I'm positive that there are some amongst you that should be apologizing to those who died so far. Everyone then looked confused, and Nhzual, Kirito, and Ophelia automatically knew what he was talking about. Diablo. Kibao. The people that you're referring to are the beta testers, correct? Kibao. Of course I am. On the day that this stupid-ass game started, the beta testers disappeared, abandoning all of us beginners. They monopolized the good hunting grounds and profitable quests, prioritizing themselves over others, and afterwards they feigned ignorance for doing so. Some of you are sure to be beta testers. We should make them kneel down and apologize, and hand over their money and items they've been hoarding. I cannot and will not entrust my life to such people. Nhzual then looked down, and suddenly another voice spoke up, and it was a very large man. Mind if I speak up? My name is Nhzual. Kibao. Basically, you're saying that the beta testers should take responsibility for many deaths by apologizing and offering reparations, because they didn't look after us new players, right? Kibao. Yeah? Nhzual then pulled out a small book. Nhzual. This is the guidebook. I believe you have one too. It's up for free at the item shop after all. Kibao. I do. What about it? Nhzual. The people who distributed these were former beta testers. Everyone then looked at Nhzual shocked. Nhzual. Listen, this information was available to everyone, yet many players died. What I thought doing here was planning how to fight the boss using what we've learned from these deaths. Nhzual then looked back at Kibao, and he had an annoyed look, and then both of them sat down. Diablo. Now, may I continue about the boss? The truth is, the guidebook that was just mentioned had information about its latest version. According to this, the boss is called the Ilfing the Cobalt Lord. Also, his mobs called the Ruined Cobalt Sentinels guarding him. His arms consist of an axe and a buckler. When the last of his 4 HP bars turn red, he switches to a curved sword called a Tulwar. His attack patterns also change. And that concludes the conference. Lastly, concerning loot distribution. The money is automatically distributed. EXP goes to the party that lands the last, and items goes to whoever gets them. Any objections? If not, we all leave at 10 in the morning tomorrow. You're all dismissed. Time skip. After the meeting, Nhzual and Ophelia were on their way back to the inn, and as they were walking, Diablo walked up to them. Diablo. Hey, Nhzual, right? Can I have a word with you? Nhzual. Sure. Diablo. I noticed that you have an anneal blade. That sword is a reward from Sacred Medicine of the Forest, correct? Nhzual. Yeah, it is. Diablo then sent Nhzual a trade request and put up 10,000 coal. Diablo. I'd like to purchase your anneal blade from you. Nhzual then looked down at the trade and then looked at Diablo. Nhzual. Why? Diablo. Well, because I attempted to complete the quest, but I never managed to get the monster with the quest item to spawn. And I saw you in the crowd and that you had one, so I figured that I could buy it off of you. Nhzual then looked back at the trade and pressed the decline button. Nhzual. Sorry, but the answer is no. Diablo then looked at Nhzual shocked. Diablo. Fine. How about 20,000 coal? Nhzual. No, I'm not selling it. Diablo then looked at Nhzual annoyed. Diablo. Fine. 30,000. That's my final offer. Ophelia. What's wrong with you? He said no. Diablo then looked over at Ophelia. Diablo. I wasn't talking to you, bitch. Stay out of it. Before Diablo could finish his sentence, before he could even react or say anything else, Nhzual drew his sword and pointed it at his face. Nhzual. I'll say this once, and only once. Never talk to her that way ever again. And if you even think about trying to do anything to her, I'll kill you myself. Diablo then looked at Nhzual even more annoyed, and then started to walk away. Diablo. Fine. After Diablo left, Ophelia walked up to Nhzual. Ophelia. What was that even all about? Nhzual. He was trying to weaken me. Ophelia looked at Nhzual, confused. Ophelia. What do you mean? Nhzual. He had to have realized that at least I was a beta tester. He sees me as a threat. Ophelia. But why? Nhzual. The last attack bonus. I know for a fact that he's going to try something to get it, and he sees me as a threat that could take it away. Ophelia. But why? We're all trying to survive this game. Why start this? Nhzual. Because he's the type of person who wants the glory and the earnings all for himself. He may be a strong leader, but in the end, he's only out for himself. The name fits him perfectly. Nhzual then started to walk away, and Philia looked at him confused and caught up to him. Philia. What do you mean, Nhzual? Diablo, in Italian dialect. His name translates to the devil. Time skip. Currently, the raid party's heading towards the boss room, and Nhzual, Philia, Kirito, and Asuna are all going over their roles. Kirito. Let's review the plan. We loners are to target the guard mobs called the ruined Cobalt Sentinels. Asuna. I know. Philia. Right. Nhzual. Me and Kirito will deflect their pole axes with sword skills, so you two will switch at that moment. Asuna. Switch? Kirito. Could this be your first time at a party? Asuna. Yes. Philia. Don't worry, it's pretty simple. We just switch positions mid-battle. Asuna. Oh. Once everyone made it to the boss floor, Diablo looked at everyone. Diablo. Listen up, everyone. I just have to say one thing. Let's win. Here we go! Diablo opened the boss room door, and everyone walked in and drew their weapons. And the room started to glow, and the boss, Ilfang the Cobalt Lord, then jumped from his throne, and his Cobalt Sentinels appeared next to him, and they all started to run at everyone. Diablo. Commence attack! Everyone then started to run at the boss and mobs, and they both clashed, and Diablo was giving orders. Diablo. Squad A, Squad C, switch! The boss then started to charge up an attack, and Squad B blocks it. And Diablo told Nhzual's squad, along with 2 others, to fend off the mobs. Kirito. Roger. Nhzual. Let's go! Nhzual and Kirito both ran at one of the mobs and blocked its attack and pushed it back. Nhzual and Kirito. Switch! Both Philia and Asuna ran up using their sword skills to take one out. Nhzual. Nice job, Philia. Kirito. Let's keep it going. The 4 of them, along with the other squads, kept taking on the mobs as the others took on the boss as its final HP bar hit red. It let out a roar and threw away its axe and shield, and Nhzual and Kirito noticed this. Diablo. Stand back. I'll go. Diablo then ran in front of everyone. Kirito. What is he doing? Nhzual and everyone should surround it. Nhzual didn't say anything and just looked at Diablo run ahead, and Diablo looked over at Nhzual and smirked. And Nhzual just narrowed his eyes at him, and Nhzual looked over at the boss, and noticed that it wasn't a tall war, but an Odachi. Kirito. That's not a tall war, it's an Odachi. Nhzual. This is different from the beta. Philia. What? Nhzual then looked over at Diablo. Nhzual. Diablo, get back now! Kirito. Jump back as far as you can! It was too late. The boss then started to jump all around Diablo, and then slashed him and sent him flying back. Gabao. Diablo! The boss then jumped in front of everyone and just roared at them. Nhzual and Kirito ran to Diablo. Nhzual. Diablo! Nhzual saw that Diablo's HP was draining and almost gone, and he pulled out an HP potion and went to give it to him, but he refused. Diablo. You both were beta testers, right? I'm sure you know. Kirito. The rare items that comes with the last hit bonus. Nhzual. That's the reason why you tried to buy my sword, to weaken me so I couldn't take it from you. Diablo. Yes, I wanted it for myself, and to be seen as a hero, but that doesn't matter anymore. Please, defeat the boss. For everyone. Diablo's HP then reached 0, and his avatar died, and it turned into pixels. Nhzual, Kirito, and everyone looked completely shocked. Nhzual looked down. Nhzual's thoughts. Despite your greedy nature, I could tell that you still wanted to protect people, to help everyone survive. Nhzual then stood up and looked at everyone fighting the boss, and Kirito walked up to him along with Asuna and Philia. Asuna. I'll help. Philia. How are we going to do this? Nhzual. Same as before. Kirito. Right. Asuna. Got it. The 4 of them ran towards the boss, and it noticed them and started to charge up an attack. And Nhzual and Kirito both charged up a sword skill and blocked its hit. Nhzual and Kirito. Switch! Both Asuna and Philia both rushed in and charged up their sword skills. But then the boss looked at them and got ready to attack them. Nhzual. Philia! Kirito. Asuna! Asuna and Philia managed to dodge, and Asuna's cloak was destroyed, and she then pushed back the boss with her sword skill. Kirito. He's coming back! Nhzual then rushed over and blocked his hit, and Philia switched with him and landed her own attack. and the boss went to slash Philia, but Nhzual took the hit for her and sent him flying back and into Philia. Nhzual! Philia saw that Nhzual's HP was in the yellow, and the boss went to attack them again, but Kirito and Asuna both got in front of them to defend them. But Nhzual came from behind and used his sword skill to push it back with the other players rushing in. Nhzual, we'll hold him off until you recover. Nhzual, The players then started to rush the boss and attack it, but they were all pushed back, and Nhzual then healed up and saw this. Nhzual, watch out! Nhzual then jumped in the air and used the sword skill Sonic Leap and slashes the boss, sending it crashing to the ground. Nhzual, Philia, Kirito, Asuna, let's end this! The four of them ran towards the boss together, blocking its attack and using sword skills, and both Nhzual and Kirito used the sword skill Vertical Arc, and both slashed the boss across the chest, killing it. And after they did, a congratulations screen popped up, and everyone started cheering that they cleared the first floor, and Nhzual and Kirito were exhausted. And Nhzual had looked up and saw that he and Kirito both got the final hit bonus. Nhzual, Coat of Midnight. Philia then hugged Nhzual from behind, and Asuna and Nhzual walked up to them. Philia, you were awesome out there. Nhzual, so are you. Asuna, good work. Kirito, thanks. Nhzual, that was some remarkable swordsmanship from the both of you. Congratulations. The victory belongs to the both of you. Nhzual, no. Their players then started clapping at Nhzual and Kirito, and then Gibao spoke up. Gibao, why? Why did you let Yapel die? Kirito, let him die? Gibao, exactly. You knew the boss's moves. If you shared what you knew beforehand, he wouldn't have died. Player, they must have been beta testers. That's how they knew the boss's attack patterns. They knew and didn't tell us, and they're not the only ones, are they? Admit it, beta testers. Philia went to go say something, but Nhzual stopped her and stood up. Philia, Nhzual, what are you? Nhzual, I'm going to take it all. Philia, what? Nhzual then started to laugh, and everyone looked back at him. Nhzual, a beta tester? Don't you dare put me in the same category as those newbies. The majority of SAO's 1000 beta testers were complete and total amateurs who didn't even know how to level. Hell, 200 out of the 1000 are already dead. Philia, Nhzual, what are you doing? Nhzual ignores Philia and kept talking. Nhzual, but I, for one, am different. During the beta test, I reached floors that nobody else could reach. I knew the boss's attack patterns because I fought plenty of katana-wielding monsters on floors above this one. And I know a lot more than that, too. More than any information broker. Everyone then looked at Nhzual, completely shocked. Gibao, what? That's... Forget about being a beta tester, you're a cheater. A cheater. The crowd started to get mad at Nhzual and started calling him a beater, and he just smirked. Nhzual, beater, huh? Not a bad name, that's right. I'm a beater from now on. Nhzual then equipped the Cloak of Midnight, left the party with Kirito, Asuna, and Philia, and looked back to everyone else. Nhzual, don't think of me as a mere beta tester. Nhzual then started to walk away, but Kirito stopped him. Kirito, you do know what this means, don't you? Nhzual, yeah, you and any other beta tester won't be hated anymore, looked down upon. Kirito, but now, all that hatred is now being directed to you alone. Players are gonna hate you and look down on you. Nhzual just looked down and kept walking. Nhzual, yeah, but that's nothing new for me. Kirito then looked at Nhzual, confused, and Philia then ran up to Nhzual. Philia, Nhzual, Philia, this is... goodbye. Philia looked at Nhzual, completely shocked. Philia, what are you talking about? Nhzual, people are going to look down on you and shun you if you stay with me. Philia then slapped Nhzual in his face, and he looked at her shocked. Philia, what did I tell you? Nhzual, Philia, what did I tell? Nhzual, Philia, I told you that I love you, and I don't care about what people say about us or how they feel about it. I love you more than anything, and I'll always be by your side. Nhzual, Philia, I won't leave your side, no matter what. Nhzual then looked at Philia teary-eyed, and he nodded at her. Nhzual, right. Philia then grabbed Nhzual's hand and held it tightly. Philia, together? Nhzual, together. Nhzual and Philia then both walked up to the teleport to take them away to the second floor, and they both teleported away. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also go subscribe to my other channels, the links to those will be down in the description below. Also go follow me on Twitter and Instagram, the links to those will be down in the description as well. Now, if you enjoyed this SAO story, the link to it will be down in the description below. Now, I'm not going to be doing any more parts of this story because this SAO story is about 75 parts long. And I am sure as hell not doing a story that might not even do that well on the channel that's 75 parts long. But if you did like the story, the link to it will be down in the description below, and you can go and read all the parts. So yeah, and I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.